back. Today we are making a historic paint scheme in NASCAR history. Very famous in the 90s from a driver who is a two-time champ in the NASCAR Top Tier Series. And the scheme that we are making today is none other than the famous, legendary car that the Iron Man drove. It is none other than the Kellogg's car from the 90s, driven by Terry Labonte himself. Now warning, just gonna say it right now because I've seen this before, this is not a legit paint booth. NASCAR Heat 4 does not have a full custom paint booth.
Say what?
I can only do as much as I can with what is given to me in the game. So before you go ahead and just please know that this is not a full custom paint booth and I can only do as much as I can. Without further ado, let's get straight to the video. So as you can see here, the scheme really isn't that hard when it comes to the actual design. Fortunately though, there is a design in here that does kind of fit what we are looking for when it comes to that Kellogg scheme. So step one, the first thing you want to do is find that base scheme that is going to work the best. And out of all of these here, we'll go from left to right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Number 7. Now number 7 is going to be the best. As you can see, there is that upwards, just that upwards hike. As soon as that line ends, it goes up like that. Now the Kellogg scheme, it does, it goes to the side and then it goes up like this. However, this one is going to do this sort of upwards position. It's the best we can do, but that's gonna be the closest we can get to making sure this car is like Terry Labonte's. Now for that base paint right here, the first color you want to go is just go to your basic yellow. The yellow is what really stands out here as the base paint. So we're going to go with yellow in the primary colors, not the secondary lighter colors, just your primary yellow. That's going to be the first color you need is for your base paint. Now stripe 1 is going to be the outline of the car behind it all. And for this one, we are going to go with a nice red. Now there's two reds. Okay, there's two reds you can choose from this. You can either go with sort of that, what kind of color would I describe this? Like a Crayola crayon type of color. You can either go with this red or you can go with a brighter red. For this one, we're gonna go with that brighter red because I feel like back in those days, the red was very shiny. It stood out a lot. So we're gonna go with your basic red. Out of all the reds there, it's gonna be your 4th red down on the primary colors. That is gonna be for your stripe 1. Stripe 2 is going to be that stripe that is right below the number and it gets that upwards sort of L shape. For this one right here, we are gonna want to go with a nice green. You can go with a dark green if you want, but the green's a little too dark in my taste, so you want to go with just that basic green. It's gonna be out of the 3 greens you have, it's gonna be that middle green. That is what is going to be the color for stripe number 2. The number is honestly what makes this car so special. You don't really see any numbers tilted like that anymore. Especially with how that scheme went, the number had to be tilted like that. And it was just really cool. So let's go straight to the number and whatnot. It's going to be your basic 5. And out of all the ones that are going to work here, I mean, you can go with either one you want, really. B or A will both work. But just for the sake of what the number did look like, we're going to go with 5A just because it has that slant. So that is the personal opinion, the choice I would say for the Kellogg's car. Number fill is going to be that cherry red again. I know the outline is, you can't really change the color of the outline of the number. I wish we could. There's a little too much black behind the red, but we're gonna go with the red that we chose for stripe 1. Just adds to it and makes it a lot more, you know, it just blends with the car more. Rim style, I mean, you can do whatever you want for these. We're just going with the basic. We're gonna go with that yellow outline of the Goodyear tires and just their basic lug nut colors. We don't want to go too crazy with this because we're trying to make the scheme as close as to the real scheme as possible. Now the decals, aka the sponsors, are always the trickiest part when it comes to these. You want to find the colors and just what is going to make this scheme work the most. What's going to make it pop more. And for the hood sponsor, I narrowed it down to 2. We can either go with, sorry if I'm saying it wrong, Lumar or Lulamar. I don't know how because there's 2 L's. I don't know how it's exactly pronounced. You can either go with Lulamar or if it's in the right direction, Lulamar and Zalta. You can go with Zalta or you can go with Lulamar. The reason why I'm going to go with Lulamar for the hood is just because I like the black, I like the white, I like the red all in one. It just makes it look better in my opinion for the hood sponsor. So that's where I would go with the hood sponsor. Side sponsor can really be anything you want as long as it has some yellow or red to it. You can go Lumar again if you want, or you can go with the NASCAR Heat Pro League logo. I mean, it looks kind of cool on there too. But for this one, we are going to go with, I'm going to go Eris with the side sponsor just because I like that white. It adds a little bit more to the hood sponsor color. Give a little white there, a little white on the side. Kind of helps with it a little bit. Rear quarter panel, as always, you want to get that hood sponsor to be the same thing. So for example, here, I went completely past it. You can see how long it's been since I made one of these videos. Man, I'm trash. There's Lumar on the rear quarter panel, and then again, you want to go ahead and do it on the deck lid, rear TV cam thing, whatever you call it. I don't know. Add Lumar for the rear TV view. Now again, you guys can do whatever you want for the back of the car when it comes to the sponsors. You can add Zalta there. You can add Zalta on the hood. It can be anything you really want. And there it is, guys. There is the best representation of what we can do when it comes to the paint booth in making Terry Labonte's Kellogg's car from the 90s, which he did win the 1996 championship in. Little fun fact for you guys out there. Want to give a shout out to Hamlin Fanatic. He actually made this scheme, and I drove against him in some Heat 4 lobbies. And I just remember the scheme, and I told myself, yeah, I should make a video about this. So shout out to Hamlin Fanatic. He made this scheme originally, but I wanted to go ahead and make a video out there and just show how people can make it. Because honestly, it's a pretty cool car from what we're given in the paint booth. It's pretty cool. The colors look great. And it kind of gives you that Terry Labonte nostalgia look. So I like it a lot. I really appreciate all of you so much. Thank you so much for watching. This is Sloppy Joe signing out. And remember to always stay sloppy. I'll see you guys at the next paint class.